Barron feeds the line out for Emerging Ireland. The Pumas were ready and waiting for Scott Penny.
Swart.
Late replacement Scott Penny in the starting lineup, Stuchling underneath this brilliant chase from Andrew Smith for Emerging Ireland. September improvises with the pass. It's loose stuff from the Pumas, and Emerging Ireland are breaking free with Ford. Ford on the run. No, it's Frisch. Antoine Frisch. Numbers to the blind. Surely here comes the captain. Kian Pendergrass called short by referee Jadesweni. And now Michael McDonald must dig in for Emerging Ireland. Wild stuff from the Pumas. So disciplined up till now. Callum Reid riding the hit. Pumas doing well to stay on sides. Defending their own line with their lives now after a couple of loose passes presented this opportunity to their foreign opposition, and now slung wide. Emerging Ireland have one man free to the outside. Not needed as Che Mullins cuts the Pumas wide open and dots down under the bar for the first 5 points of the match.
Need to be a lot more focused, especially on their discipline. It'll be interesting to see now if Shane Kirkwood decides to go up or if he'll stay down and counter.
Barron feeds the line out. Emerging Ireland look to create the rolling maul, sacked far too late. Barron looking for the trick play, but there's some aggressive defense and weight from the Erling Pumas. Another barnstorming run from Scott Penny as Emerging Ireland go close. White line fever striking, costing them the try.
Number 5 collapsing, causing the speed hump. What are you guys doing?
Tap and goes the call from Ireland. Dermot Barron runs into a brick wall. Pumas defenders, and there's an obvious gap down the left. James Culhane with some deception, crossing for the second try for Emerging Ireland. The 19-year-old is in.
Have 2 mistakes, 2 tries. They need to be more clinical, the Erling Pumas.
It's a deep one from De Beer. Taljaard after this again. Slipped through the clutches of Emerging Ireland, presenting the Erling Pumas with an attacking opportunity. Mpofu. The Irish try to get their own back on the player that's been putting in some big hits. Fired away by September. Great pressure in the back line. The Pumas dealing with it well. Wonderful offloading work. Stuchling cutting back inside. Tackled by Andrew Smith. September. Wonderful offload that from Edouard Swart. Both sides looking good on attack. Tinus De Beer off to Mpofu. Quick ball presentation every time, but this time Emerging Ireland pounce on possession. The turnover is good.
Of course, Tinus De Beer also represented the under-20 South African side. It was back in 2015. A couple of players, of course, in this Emerging Ireland side also played in that competition. Max Deegan, who captained them in the game before, even being player of the tournament back in 2016.
Pendergrast goes up for Emerging Ireland at the front of the lineup, and that's a powerful run from Culhane. Over the top from Michael McDonald. Stuchling, the only player back for the Pumas, and he's done well to take that into touch because Andrew Smith was putting him under tremendous pressure. The pace of play from Emerging Ireland being cranked up, flung out wide, where Taljaard has a one-on-one situation taken on by Ethan McElroy. Outstanding rugby being played by Emerging Ireland, turning the screws on this Puma side, upping the pace and taking it to the line now. Flannery's away from all of them, and he's in for the 3rd try for this impressive Emerging Ireland side. That is brilliant, quick rugby.
Seeing more of this, the tap and go.
Straight into contact from Edouard Swart, uncompromising line. September struggles to clear. Emerging Ireland struggling to keep up the Pumas. The arm is extended. The try awarded by referee Jadesweni. And the Currie Cup champions score their first points of the match, courtesy of Andre Fouchier.
Mauling.
Swart feed, Shane Kirkwood rises, and the Erling Pumas get stuck into the Emerging Ireland pack, and here come the backs as well. The Pumas are in for their 2nd try of the match.
We've got a serious arm wrestle on our hands here, and you can see the tempers are starting to flare a little bit. but that's very impressive from this powerful Erling Pumas pack.
So from that place where Flannery kicked the ball, Tinus de Beer had a chance to kick the ball into the corner for the Pumas. He missed that corner. Scrum, free kick to the Pumas, turned over to a penalty to Ireland, and now they kick the ball downfield. One of the replacement for Emerging Ireland, Dylan Tierney Martin, highly rated by the coaching staff of this Touring Ireland squad. Izuchuku carrying it into contact, putting together some phases for the first time this half. Emerging Ireland and making ground almost at will. Thinking left and going right, Ben Murphy. Desperate for a turnover ball. These Pumas are diving over the rack to try to get there. Flannery takes it to the line again. Scott Penny, the late replacement, has been hard at work. Away it goes from Murphy. Quick ball at all times for Emerging Ireland. Here is that powerful number 7 again, Scott Penny.
He's released. Got up.
Puts it down, gets up and goes once more. Etienne Talliard hoping for a turnover. Flannery with options. Look at Emerging Ireland now. Deceptive runners. Izuchuku offloads. What a brilliant tackle, but they're over in the end. That is a splendid try from Emerging Ireland, who take control yet again.
A few tough results against the South African sides in the URC.
Crouch.
Great results, Michael.
Boy. Sit.
Ben Murphy stands ready to feed. Tremendous contest at scrum time, and the Pumas have made Emerging Ireland pay for the choice of picking the scrum, and now are looking to break free. Wonderful offload to Sebastian de Klerk. He's got wheels. Here comes de Klerk. He's in the corner. What a try from the Erling Pumas. Just making a couple of mistakes, Emerging Ireland. Tinus de Beer notices nobody is back here for Emerging Ireland, and Stuckling is after this. Stuckling is turning on the afterburners, gets past his man, and Flannery is back for Emerging Ireland. They only have those 2 players there. Brilliantly done in the end by Ethan McElroy, buying time for his team when they were running out of numbers. Desperation stuff from Emerging Ireland, and a couple of players like Che Mullins just showing there was no more breath in the lungs to get back for that one. Not a lot of depth on the box kick, and Stuckling underneath this one safely.
It's great work. He's tracked back away again to collect that. Jumped up really nicely. Good work off the ball from Steckling.
Kirkwood to De Beer to Williams. Some space to run into here for Fouchier now. De Klerk! Sebastian de Klerk! You better watch out on the outside! He is pure danger, and he's in again.
Yeah, 4 points. 2 minutes left. They've denied Emerging Ireland again inside their 22. They'll have a put-in into the line-out now. This has been one of the difficult parts of the game. Well taken by Kleinhans. He's away.
Brilliantly taken. Frana Kleinhans. Drop shoulder, hits contact, and the Pumas are moving forward dangerously, though it may be. Simon Roll with a real stinker of a pass, and now Tinus de Beer must tidy up. Under pressure from this young Irish side, he manages to get to ground. Playing it fast and loose now, the Erling Pumas, but look at the time on the clock. It's time to roll the dice on this rugby match, trailing by just the 4 points. An unconverted try would secure victory. Kirkwood into contact. Snyman away to De Beer. Wide it goes to Apollos. Takes on his defenders, Apollos, and presents well.
Don't push me.
Giovan Snyman. Frees it to Kleinhans.
Ruck.
Snyman away to De Beer. They've got numbers on the left here. Kirkwood quickly through the hands. Lungisa keeps it moving, and it's Sebastian de Klerk again. Here is de Klerk. The offload to Lungisa. Can he get it away to Kirkwood? Kirkwood fires it on the inside and is tapped down by Murphy. Oh. Wow.
What a way to end this fixture. It's reaching boiling point. It's sort of been there. It's sort of been just about there. You wondered throughout this game. There's been some moments of magic, and right on the end, Erling Pumas linking backs and forwards beautifully. There's the danger man, Sebastian de Klerk. They've released him. Lungisa with a good support line. The 2 locks doing so well, showing skill, and that is a try saver because it was de Klerk who was going to receive, and I think we know who was going to win that foot race.
anxious, intense. Corne Fourie, he was really good. So was his prop partner, Ich Prinsloo. Desperate for a win. They love winning. They love contesting. This Pumas side, we know Jimmy Stonehouse loves it, and it's right down to the wire on the 22.
So rugby's all about, folks. In it comes from PJ Jacobs. Backwards it goes. Simon Raw with a great pass this time under pressure. Snyman away to De Beer. Slowly as it comes for the Pumas. Snyman frees it in the end. Kleinhans drops his head and moves forward. They're in the right area of the pitch here, the Pumas. They need to retain their composure. Simon Raw on the carry. Product of Saxon UCT. That away to De Beer. Handles it well. Fired wide by Willemse. Down to ground goes Jakula Biskachny. Snyman. Dimaza. Ooh, playing with fire with obstruction. Emerging Ireland pouncing on that ball. Forcing the turnover. Powering the ball into touch and securing the victory in the end.